What's up, everybody? My name is Ichidi. I'm a personal trainer and life coach, and I would like to welcome you to my YouTube channel. I like to specialize in teaching you simple and sustainable health and wellness practices that will allow you to live your best life, performing at your best, but also not going crazy at the same time. For today, this Monday after Thanksgiving, we're going to be talking about healthy eating. I'm going to be hitting you up with 3 best and simple practices that you can begin to apply today so that you can start eating in a healthy and sustainable manner that still allows you to indulge. So let's get started with the very first part. All right, so first and foremost, you need to see just exactly what it is you're doing. What I'm talking about is you need to track your food and beverages. You can use a pen and paper, you can use your phone in an app, you can type it on the computer on a document, whatever it works for you. You need to track it because trying to go on a diet without seeing just what you're actually doing is setting yourself up to fail. You can't just take blind recommendations from someone you see on the internet or from an uninformed friend or even an informed person that has no clue about what you're currently doing. At some point, when you want to get control, you're going to have to look at what you're actually doing, the data, that's all that it is, and that's what you're going to base your corrections off of. So my first tip is no matter what, you have to track it. You need the data so you can change what it is you're doing and get the outcome that you want. That's the first tip. Okay, so tip number 2. Now that you've started to look at what you're actually eating, you've collected the data, you now need to start going to the grocery store. When it comes to shopping, here's the second tip I'm gonna give you. It's a real easy one to remember is prioritize shopping around the edges of the store, the perimeter. Around the edges of the stores where you'll find your fresh produce, your fruits and veggies. You'll find your butcher station. You'll find your meats. You'll find that's where like the fresh bakery is. There's a lot fresher foods around the perimeter because that's where the building's plumbing is and all their outlets and their coolers are. So if a majority of your shopping is done around the edges, the perimeter of the store, you're gonna be encountering fresher foods that are not gonna be full of preservatives or full of extra refined sugars or additional fats or whatever. Because the simpler that the foods you eat are, the more control that you have and the healthier you can be. When you rely on processed foods from the middle of the store, which I'll just say as a disclaimer is not a no-go zone, just to limit your go zone. When you limit how much you get from the middle of the store, your boxed foods, your cereals, your dry goods that are overly processed, and even your delicious frozen treats, you can actually make better choices and control how much calories go into your body. So shop fresher. Your second tip, go around the perimeter of the store for a majority of your grocery shopping. And that brings us to my third tip. We're now to the point where you're building your plate with your healthy foods. Your plate should start off with prioritizing protein. Animal or plant, they both will work great. See what your body tolerates. Then you want to put some vegetables or even some fruit on your plate. That's going to fill you up in terms of volume, but gives you small amounts of calories and large amounts of healthy nutrients, vitamins, and minerals. And then lastly, you should put some rice, some grains, some kind of starch on your plate. That's the quick energy that your body also needs, but it doesn't keep you that full. So that's why you want to have those towards the end. Your starches, your rice, your grains, your carbs, those kinds of things will fill in the gaps. And by having your protein first, you'll be able to control your intake because protein will give you the sensation of fullness better than the carbs will. So that's how you can have a balanced plate that will allow you to mix and match all sorts of foods, but will prevent you from over-consuming on things which do not make you feel full. So to recap real quick, you have to track it first before you make any changes. Tip number 2, you need to go and shop around the outer edges of the stores to get the fresher foods that will allow you to eat in a healthy way. And tip number 3 is start off with protein on your plate first, veggies and fruits second, carbs like rice and potatoes third. That way you're eating healthy without losing your marbles upstairs. I trust this video gave you some great insights to eating and making it balanced for you. Check out some of the other videos on my channel, and if you like what you see, hit that like and subscribe button. Have a great week, everybody.